Hi everybody and welcome to Rose Sky Tarot. Now this reading is for Virgo for the 14th of January 2019 and it's a general reading, so may not suit everyone, but hopefully there's a message here just for you. Enjoy. Okay then, let's have a look at these three cards on the top. I'm going to use them as an indicator of what the reading is going to be about. Now we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse, the Empress, and the Queen of Wands. Now, with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, are you maybe involved in something that is there for the greater good? Something for the community? Something that should inspire? But has it maybe been mismanaged? Is there maybe cracks in the walls? Is the foundations of what the ethos or aim of the place, is that not really being attended to? Are things just ticking along but without any real quality? And the people that are genuine in wanting to inspire and, create a better existence, has their points of view been ignored by those in power? And the whole thing just seems to be crumbling about your ears. And that's not what the intention was when it was created. Because the intention was to provide a place where people could go to be loved unconditionally, to find a place that they were happy in and to understand positive interactions, and a place to, where they can see that creativity can make life better. And, and it's a place where your confidence and motherly love is evident in everything that happens. And it also inspires the people there to be bold, to understand that, the confidence that they have within them, that everything that they are is built on their own sense of self. To inspire the creativity. So this is a place where there is great positivity in its intention. But is it maybe being run into the ground by people who maybe don't care quite as much as the people that want to support emotionally? Let's move these over to the side. Okay. Now we have the King of Pentacles, the Two of Swords in reverse, and the Strength card. Now, with the King of Pentacles, that this is a place where there should be a quality of life. There should be good environment. There should be, a pleasurable place to be. A safe environment with people that you trust and feel comfortable with. And they help you to do things in the best way that can offer the best quality of life, but also guide you in how to get there without going halfway around the world for a mile's walk. But are you maybe lying to yourself that that is what is being provided? Because the facts don't seem to be matching up with what your perception of whatever this is. The reality and the idealism do not match in any way. Because the aim of it was to help people to look at those things within them that can sometimes be out of control. It could be anger, it could be ego, it could be, whatever action is out of control, whether it be aggression or, you know, over drinking or, whatever the action is or the thoughts are that are out of control, out of balance with the rest of your body. That the aim of this is to help people bring it back into balance, to accept that those things are a part of you, and to figure out how to better integrate it into your life and how to deal with it rather than ignoring it and burying your head in the sand and maybe seesawing from not doing it to doing it to excess. There has to be some sort of balance, some integration, and that's all about management. But in getting to that balanced place, you have to be kind to yourself. You have to give yourself time to heal. And it's about controlling all of those emotions that are overwhelming and using your instincts about when is the best time to retreat or be bold. So there's a lot in whatever this service or building or company or whatever this is. This was the intention. But the quality resources that should be providing support for all of these things are clearly not there because the facts just don't add up. Let's move on to the next set of cards, and we have the Six of Pentacles, the Three of Cups in reverse, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. Now, because of this state of resources that may not be as good as they should be, has help been sought? It could be that it's a loan, it could be that it's a grant, it could be a generous donation, and it could be that you've asked publicly for help, for resources, And the response has been, overwhelming, in that, this has been given to you. The resources that you needed have been provided for. And it seems to be a fair judgment of what you're trying to achieve. So you can see then that the wider community looks favourably on what you're doing. But, and there's always a but, isn't there? Um, because these resources are now available to you, and the exhilaration of that achievement begins to wear off, and the celebrating is begun to die down, has the organisational side of things begin to cut into this partying feeling, this celebration. And this is where the difficulty begins to show itself, because there could be quite a few awkward situations. It could be that people gather into cliques to sit and talk about what should be done with these resources. So there could be a greater sense of feeling that you're not moving together as a team. And in moving on to the Knight of Wands in reverse, does this create bad feeling? Is some of these cliques or individuals wanting to use some of this hard-earned resource to meet their own ends? They're not really wanting to do something for the greater good, but something that's a bit more self-serving, and it creates a great fracture within the people who make decisions. So you could end up, not talking to each other. You could end up that some people break away from the organisational side of things because the uncomfortable situation is not something that they wanted to be a part of. Let's move down to the next row, and we have the Hanged Man in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and the Page of Cups. Now, because of all these arguments and individual, intentions of what to do with the resources that you've just gained, and possibly even cliques that have formed, and you all seem to be battling each other. And has that just put everything on hold? Because if you can't come to a consensus about what to do, you can't really move forward. So it's as if you really are holding yourself back. Things have been put on pause. And, all of the good luck that seems to have came your way and moving on to the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, all of those good intentions seems to have turned to dust because it's just one setback and argument after another. And it all seems to be getting out of control and nothing seems to be happening. So all of the good intentions of the people that this is involving and the good intentions of the people who provided the resources have all turned into a shambles. It's turned into something that it should never have been. And moving on to the Page of Cups, are people saying that you were unrealistic in the outcome of gaining these resources? Because are you maybe expecting that everything that has been gained will be focused purely on helping the people that this is all about? And that was your intention, but the people round about you, the people who are arguing and wanting to use some of this cash for their own ends, are they maybe saying that, you are unrealistic, you are immature, you're oversensitive, that what you want is too much? Now, and moving on to the next set of cards, we have the Six of Wands, the Magician, and the Seven of Swords. Now, because that your intention has been for the greater good, that you have jumped in and, put your case across for the resources to go to the aim that they were given in, that, this is what's happened, that you have accomplished that goal, that the people that wanted to misuse that resource has been, taken away from the decision-making process. And that has been a great accomplishment. And it's something that the wider community, the people who have provided the resources, are very much aware of. They recognise all of the work that's been went on, maybe not all of the fights that's happened, but they have a great recognition of this accomplishment. And they understand that how huge that accomplishment actually was and how much energy and time and, communication and resourcefulness, and work it took to create every single piece of this improvement. And, that's why it's called the Magician, is because you take something that is mediocre, that is, not providing something that it should be providing, subpar, and you transform that into something that creates an atmosphere for magic. You create such a good environment that all the good things are a lot easier to achieve. And it could be that the people who were working against you regarding these resources have a lot of negative things to say about you. You know, it could be that they are painting you as someone who is dishonest, or, you know, you misused, you know, the resources here, that you had to be sneaky in how you used all of this, sneaky in how you manifested what everyone is applauding. So I think that people, you know, are an intelligent race, and they will be very much aware that this is an achievement, and, you know, the dishonesty maybe hasn't been there as the people who were in it for their own ends want them to believe. Let's bring these other cards back in. Now, we had the Three of Pentacles in reverse, the Empress, and the Queen of Wands. So, this worthwhile thing that should be providing a positive experience for the larger community, you know, is crumbling before your eyes. And it's not providing the things that it was intended to. You know, and with a little bit of abundance of resources and some good old fashioned motherly love and positivity, you know, and using your creativity and nurturing nature can help to turn this around. And that takes you to be a strong person. And it encourages those around you to be strong as well. You know, to harness the male parts of your personality. And that, you know, you are assertive and you're strong in your intention, you know, and bold in your action. You know, and this is all about personal power and a loving environment. But you need the environment to be pleasant, because people aren't going to want to be in it otherwise, and those other things would be difficult to create. Now, there's a lot of good parts to this reading. There's a lot of good intentions. There's a lot of love. And, you know, that there is so much wider love as well, because, you know, that's where the resources have came from. So the recognition of the aim and the work and the dedication has been greatly acknowledged. And that's something that, you know, you need to be aware of, whether it's not being said to you every single day. You know, the thoughts are still there. And I think the key is that you remember to harness all of these strengths within you, and, to look within for your that personal power. And with that, you can create anything. Now, I hope that within this video, some of the questions that you have came here to be answered has been highlighted in some way, and that it's been helpful for you to go through this wide range, this story behind the tarot cards that have been pulled for Virgo today. And again, this is a general reading, so it may not reflect for every single person that watches this video. But even if there's just one or two cards in here that lights a bulb in your head, inspires you in some way, then that is what this is about. Now, have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.